The 90-10 rule.
Runs, please.
The men are the stupid ones.
Cut their man a break.
You know that you're with this crazy person.
Relationships are at stake.
No baby mama drama.
I heard you the first time.
Two completely different experiences.
I'm being a gentleman.
No!
I'm different from most guys.
Oh, my God.
Things are going to go awry.
It's a good thing you're beautiful.
I have no clue.
Everything ain't peaches and cream.
We're broaching? Is that what we're doing?
We got into the biggest argument.
You're blessed with my presence. If you ain't an asset, you're a liability.
You want me to be your girlfriend.
We on punishment.
I am the head ruler.
Shut up and listen.
We still on punishment.
You want to take care of it. You want to fix it.
I am going to repeat myself.
Damn, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Here's your relationship guru, Anthony.
How about that?
How about that then?
Yeah, how about it?
How about it?
So,
I have no idea what's happening.
I was watching Dr. Phil.
You love watching these, like...
All right.
You
but
love
I never
watching
watched Dr.
relationship
Phil.
shows.
I never watched Dr. Phil.
Why?
And I
You
wasn't
don't-
going to say the name of who I was watching,
Okay,
but I
so
just did. So anyway,
Why don't
my
you
wife
like
normally watches. Huh?
Why don't you like watching it?
No, it's just not one of the shows I watch. That's all. I mean,
You don't disagree with what he's saying?
I think he exploits people.
Well,
I
that's a
think he
Jerry
exploits.
Springer kind of...
Yeah, but I'm the
Demographic.
doctor and I'm like above the Jerry Springer crowd. You know, he's like, I'm up here. You know, I'm a doctor. I think he exploits people. I don't like that.
Oh.
Now, if you say you're exploiting people, it's cool. But don't say I'm holier than thou and I'm giving you, psychological, I'm just, and then you go ahead and exploiting people. That ain't cool.
I think a lot of daytime TV does that. I mean, I could name a bunch of shows that I really like watching, or a lot of icons or people who have also done that I like, but they exploit people because they paid them to come on the show.
But that's what the show is.
Right. They paid $1,200 to come on the show and talk about who you slept with.
But he's telling you come on the show, I'm going to help you. Well, you're exploiting the situation. 9 times out of 10, I think the shows that I saw on there, if you're trying to help them, there's no way you'd be putting their business out in the street.
But
why would you do that?
Yes, the fact that there are cameras there is terrible. But otherwise, would these people be going to see a relationship counselor or a therapist? Probably not. So this is probably the only third party.
This is not
that's
about Dr. Phil.
Okay, no, but I'm just saying it was a good conversation.
Okay.
So you were watching Dr. Phil,
right.
and then you hated the part when.
Well, no. So with this episode, it's a fun episode.
Oh, okay.
So, which probably why I continue to watch it. So him and his wife, they did pop-up visits to young couples.
Pop-up visits to their house?
To their house. To young couples.
Okay.
I guess they probably wrote them, we're getting married.
Oh, yes. So we're going to come to your house.
Right. So I don't think they knew, or they said they didn't know. They probably didn't know, of course. So they pop up this young couple's house. They're engaged. They're getting ready to get married like in a couple months or whatever. But I think they just moved in together. So they're living together. Mm-hmm. So, of course, they pop up and say, all right, what's your issues as a young couple? I'm Dr. Phil. I'm going to fix it.
And they have them written down.
Right. So she commences listing out, of course, all these things.
Because she's thought about it. And the guy's like,
exactly. all the bad stuff that he does. She does nothing.
That's
course.
not what she's going to say.
No, that's exactly what she said. So anyway, she commenced on listing all the things that he does in the house that drive her crazy. Matter of fact, that was the name of his episode. Like, what drives you crazy about your partner? That's what they were talking about.
Okay.
So she commenced of listing, like, he doesn't take out the trash when she wants him to take out the trash. He leaves, I guess the cabinet door is open. Like all these little frivolous, just dumb things, right? And then so he's looking at the situation like, and she said, well, does he clean? She said, oh yeah, he cleans. He cleans the bathroom. He's good at that. Does he cook? Oh yeah, he cooks. He cooks and he cleans. Mm-hmm. Oh, you have a nice crisp iron shirt. Who ironed that shirt? Oh, he irons his own shirts. Oh, he cooks. He cleans.
And he irons, apparently.
He irons his shirts. Oh, and then he saw a laundry basket, like in the bedroom or something. And then she made a comment about how he doesn't fold. She said, oh, but, he does the laundry. He does all the laundry. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. So he said, okay, I'm just making a list. And then they leave their house.
Okay.
And now they're back on the show. Mm-hmm. So he says, so I just want to go over the list and you tell me where I'm wrong. Okay? Mm-hmm. So you gave me all the things that he does that you don't like.
Or doesn't do.
But I'm going to give you the list because I need you to confirm this. Does he cook? Yes.
Yes, he does.
Does he clean?
Sounds like he cleans.
Yes.
Looks like he cleans.
He irons too?
He even irons his own shirts.
and he does the laundry.
He just don't fold it.
He does all these things.
But he doesn't fold.
He looked at his wife. Now, he's Dr. Phil. Obviously, he doesn't do any of these things. But he was trying to make a point. When I was young, we were nobody. Have I ever ironed a shirt in 45 years of us being married? No.
Mm-mm.
Have I ever cleaned the bathroom in 45 us years being married? No. Have I ever cooked a meal in 45 years of us being married? No. Check. And he made a comment while he was at the house. He said, wow, guy, you making me look bad. I need to get out of here because you do this, you do this, you do this, and you do this. So now they're back on the show, and he lists all the things that he does. And when he gets to the end of the list, she sees where this is going.
The list is that long.
Oh, I'm the one looking stupid here. Because he does this, and does this. And all this conversation, we never learn what she's doing. Does she do any damn thing?
Did Dr. Phil even ask him what she does?
Well, I guess he couldn't ask because she was so busy listing the things that he does or doesn't do correctly.
You know what he doesn't do? He doesn't listen to her when she says, hey, could you also do this thing that I want you to do?
Okay, so how about this? So he says he does this and this and this. He does all this. So the only thing I hear is you don't like how he does this and this and this and this.
This is true.
How about this? How about you do this, and this? How about he don't do nothing?
I don't think.
And how about that?
I don't think that's a healthy way to argue that. I just,
But it's very no. It solves all her problems. You don't like how he does the laundry? How about this? You do the laundry.
I don't think that's a healthy.
You don't like that he cleans a certain way? How about this? You clean from now on.
Well,
you
a little
don't
coaching
like
never hurt
how he cooks dinner. How about this? You cook dinner from now on. How
but
about
I'm
that?
Terrible in the kitchen.
How about that? How about that? No retort. How about that?
I was going to say. Listen. I think what's most important, other than honesty, as we've covered in past episodes in a relationship, is listening to your partner. So if you do laundry all the time, that's great. But if as soon as you do the laundry and you don't fold it and it gets wrinkled, then there's no point in you doing the laundry.
Is the laundry now clean?
That's the only thing that laundry needs to be like.
What is the purpose of doing your laundry?
You
wash it and get it clean.
You wash it to get it clean.
You're not washing it so it can be folded.
But there
You're
are
washing it so it can be clean.
I wear that needs. There's actually not. My mother's listening to this. Like, what are you talking about? There's nothing I wear that needs to be ironed or starched or pressed. But the point is that you listen to your partner.
How about this?
Hey, babe. You know what?
Listen to me.
Can you do
my
it
partner,
this way?
My partner, listen to me.
Yes, King.
How about this?
How about it?
You do the laundry.
You know what?
How about that? Problem solved.
I am petty enough to start doing our laundry then.
Problem
the way
solved.
that I like to do it because it'll get done the right way then.
Problem solved.
Fine. What are we arguing about? Laundry?
All right. You don't like how I clean the toilet?
Maybe you do a terrible job, so it's not really clean.
Okay. Got a solution.
I
have a solution.
Why can't the solution be, hey, this is how you properly clean the toilet?
How about the solution is you clean the toilet?
Or you could just clean it a little better.
Perfect. It solves all your problems.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It does. It does.
Then my question becomes, who told him to do all this stuff? Not this is like the Dr. Phil thing now. It's just like, who told him that he had to do this laundry list? Is this something that he's doing from his heart? Is this something
Apparently
that he thinks
she got a good one. So my wife was watching this with me. Mm-hmm. So of course, now she's agreeing with me. She got a good one and don't even know it.
There's ways to just make him clean the toilet a little bit better. Maybe he's doing it terribly.
You got a perfect solution for it. Perfect.
It's not this. No, that's not
you
healthy.
Clean the toilet
to go the
now.
opposite way and say, you know what, I'm not going to do it at all. Then that's not healthy.
Why is it not healthy?
Because there's
problem
obviously you learned how to clean the toilet, right? You do it all the time. You just maybe it's not clean after you do it. Now if I wash dishes in my mom's house, even if I was young and she goes, that's not the right way to do it. This is how you do it better. I didn't go with it. You do it, lady.
Well,
no, I
you
just
were the
learned
dishwasher. I told you that story.
Listen, yes,
you were the dishwasher.
You just learned how to do it better.
In
so
your
now
house,
when I wash dishes, they all clean.
In your house,
not like a
with another
5-year-old
grown
clean
person,
them.
if you don't like how they do it.
Listen,
How about that?
the opposite is not the way to go.
not the opposite.
It is the opposite.
not
Is
the
if
opposite.
one's going to clean it or not clean it well, then it's the other one's job. That's the total
The
opposite.
point was, though, my wife said it. She had a good one and didn't even realize it.
I'm not complaining with her. The wife. I mean, the wife on the show. I'm not complaining with her. I'm just saying, like, there's ways to not get
And
Dr. Phil
again,
involved.
we heard all these things that he did or didn't do. We didn't hear one damn thing that she wasn't doing or didn't
I
do.
guarantee you, if Dr. Phil didn't ask her because of that reason,
Well, he
they
was there. He
wanted it
could have
for a
said, well,
very-
yeah, Dr. Phil, she ain't doing this, she ain't doing that.
They wanted a
But we
very
don't do
particular
that.
angle that
We
day
don't
from that
do
couple.
that. We don't do that. We don't have these lists of things that y'all do this or don't do that. We don't do that. You guys are the nags and complain about every little thing, how we do stuff.
Excuse-moi. Wow.
Very
all of a
easy
sudden
fix.
I'm a nag. I
Very
just showed up to
easy
work
fix
today
to
and
all
all of a
these
sudden I'm a
problems.
nag. Wow.
Very easy fix to all these problems.
Listen, the last relationship I was in, I cooked, I cleaned, I did laundry. He went out and made money. It was something that was totally fine.
And it was fine, right?
And it was fine. I mean, I also went out and made some money, but he made most of the money. And then, he took me out and we listened to one another.
Right.
Now, if he was just like, babe, last time my slacks didn't come out as clean, can you press them? I'm not going to be like, you know what? How about this?
Right.
How about
Well, 'cause he didn't
you
complain
clean
about it.
your slacks because
Right.
you're going.
And you know what?
Men have
He
complaints.
never would have said that.
Anthony, let's not
He
sit
never
here
would
and
have said
pretend
that.
like men don't have things that they want their woman to do differently.
And they
Y'all
don't do it.
definitely
They don't
have-
tell it.
Yeah,
We're not gonna nag you like you
never
nag us.
said anything at all constructively to your wife to say, hey, babe, can you do this a little bit better? Not once in 18 years of marriage and 21 years of being together. Is that what you're trying to tell
If
me?
something that she does that I don't like, you know what? I do it.
Oh, stop the game.
Like the laundry thing.
Stop
I don't particularly
it.
like how she does my laundry. You
Okay.
know what? I do it.
Okay.
Problem solved.
That's how you've decided to solve that. But my question is, have you never given constructive criticism in 21 years of being in that relationship?
I'm sure I have.
I'm sure you have. Right. So it's not a woman thing to nag or complain or have a list.
Sure
y'all
it is.
have things y'all want to do. Y'all just say them
Sure
less.
it is.
You just say them less.
We don't say them.
You do say them. You just said that you might have said them in 21 years of being with this woman.
Something
All of a sudden you don't
frivolous,
say
yeah.
it. You say it. That's the
Something
point.
frivolous.
You said it.
She called Dr. Phil
You
to get
admitted
marriage
it.
counseling about her pending marriage because he didn't do X, Y, Z, A, B, C. And it sounded like he was doing everything and she wasn't doing jack.
It does sound like a very, lopsided relationship. I don't think that they belong together, but I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey, babe, can you put a little less starch in my shirt? Whoever is doing the laundry.
No, that probably is not. But the point was she called Dr. Phil to get marriage counseling about him being not appropriate. And she was the one that was totally inappropriate.
She called Dr. Phil to get tickets and $1,200 in her pocket.
That's
People
what-
don't need
I've
no
been
help
wondering,
from
do
Dr.
they get-
Phil.
that's what they get paid when they go on
I
these
think
shows?
they definitely get paid. I don't know how much it is. They definitely get paid to go on there. I just keep saying $1,200 because I like that number. I don't know. That's a frivolous number. They definitely get paid.
All right,
though.
let's delve in. What does that mean? What does $1,200 mean to you?
What does $1,200? Why are we
You
delving
want
this way?
$1,200? You need $1,200?
I
You
could
got a $1,200 bill that you got to get paid?
I could
right now?
always. I just
Yeah,
what
we all could use $1,200.
right. But I like the number 12. It has. I don't really study numerology, but I like the number 3. I like because I was born on the 3rd and the Trinity and then 1 and anything
12.
and then 1
Oh,
plus
1 and
2
2, 3.
and then
Oh, I got you.
and 12 in math, the rule of 72 and 12 months in a year, and they're just like numbers pop up for a reason.
Oh.
So 12 is, and then I just like saying 100 because I think 1,000 is too serious. And just 12 doesn't make, no one's going to get paid $12 to fly out anywhere to be on TV. It just made sense. And they're not getting $12,000. So that number just kind of made sense in my head. That's kind of how this is becoming very different from what I thought this was going to be about. But that's just, sometimes I just say numbers. It doesn't really mean anything.
So you're a nagger.
Wow. Did you just call me a nagger?
No, I'm asking
I
you,
think that's
are
not
you a nagger?
Did you just call me a nagger?
Yes.
First of all, I am colored. I am a Negro, but I am nobody's nagger. That's what
I was going to say, I'm going to put an AH on it, but I'm not going to do that.
I'm a nagger.
You know who that sounds like? The guy from, what's the cartoon?
What, Boondocks?
Yes.
Which guy?
I'm trying to remember.
It's about the little kids?
Right.
Riley and
no, but I think it's the racist black guy.
Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle Ruckus would say that, right?
He would. He'd be like,
right.
what are you, some sort of nagger?
Right. Exactly. Are you the head nagger?
Are you the head nagger?
Right.
That's exactly what it was.
Why that show went off? Why did he take off?
Because it was
show.
way before its time. Aaron Magruder is amazing.
Well,
it was
bring
way
it
before
back.
its
Come
time.
on.
No, John Witherspoon passed away.
What does it do with it?
The dad from Friday was Granddad. Granddad's voice was voiced by John Witherspoon, who was the dude from Friday.
Oh, yeah, he did, yeah.
So it's hard to bring a show back when everybody, when a character like that is gone.
Well, he would be integral, yeah. But they can get a different character.
They can't get a different Granddad.
But they could have wrote that in, yeah.
Nah.
But it should have came back before he died.
No, of course they knew what day it was going to be.
I'm saying there was plenty of time before he died that they could have.
This is true, but that show came out in like 2004.
Right. It's a while
this was
ago.
before, like that's around the time that like Family Guy was just coming out. Like there was nothing on TV that was just like, so you the head nagger in charge and giving all these archetypes. I tried to explain that show to my 16-year-old nephew and how heavy it was to have black people represented by cartoons on television, cursing, and to have all of these archetypes explored. Riley, to have Huey up there, named Huey, to have Granddad from
but the kids probably didn't even know what that meant, like him being named Huey. They probably didn't even understand what that meant.
Right, but that's the point. Now you can watch that show 17 years later and go, wow, I didn't
Riley,
make that damn connection. I didn't make that connection.
Riley, that's my dude.
And you know that both of those voices, Riley and Huey, are Regina King.
Regina King, yeah.
Love that. It was way before its time.
Yeah, Riley, that's my
If it was coming out now,
that's
that
gay,
show.
Dude. No, that's gay.
That's gay, dude. You can't say things like that anymore. It was like the perfect time to be on television. But now, if you brought that show now, come on.
And you can't even say that's gay.
And you can't say that's gay, dude. And you know what? It's just, there's so many. That show should have been syndicated. Should have had 5 seasons for real.
I want to say that's gay, dude, a lot.
I mean, I think
not that the person is being gay, just
right. But you know what? That's just like saying, "Oh man, come on, that's retarded. Don't do that." But like, so, but that's not how we mean it to talk about people like that.
But Riley, that's my dude.
But Riley, man, nigga, like Riley would cuss you slap. I love that show. How did we get here?
Right, I don't. Are you a nigga? No. Are you a nagger? Are you a nagger?
I am not a nagger, but I've been a nagger.
I'm sure you've been a nagger. You will be one when you leave here to several people that you run across. Me too.
I have never nagged a man in a I've never nagged a man in a relationship. I am
but the
not.
Point is, you know what the point is?
Not in my personality.
You don't even know you're doing. Women don't even know they're doing it.
I guarantee you they do.
A great percentage of them don't know
he doesn't do this and he doesn't do that because they complain to their girlfriends.
Right. But a lot of women don't know they're doing
it. A lot of women who complain to their girlfriends with the same issues have definitely complained to their man about it. Yeah. I am never the person in a relationship that goes, I just wish he would do this. I don't understand why he would do it. But I have girlfriends who are like that. And I'm like, sis, he hates you. Like the sound of your voice is annoying. Like stop it. Leave that man alone. You know, he doesn't cook chicken well. Stop making him cook chicken.
And that was the woman on the boat I was trying to tell to shut up.
I am not that person. That's not in my personality.
Okay, no, I wouldn't think that you are, but I'm sure there was been times when you were a nagger.
I have a voice. If there's something that bothers me, and it has to be big enough for me to say, hey, we need to talk. Okay. I'm one of those. hey, we need to talk. And the guy goes, oh, what did I do now?
Right.
The guy goes, but I'm not going to sit here and every day it's the same thing. And you don't do that. It's like, who wants to sleep with that?
Why do women do that?
Some women
and how do they think
that?
That's going to fix anything?
Because women as a species hold communication in very high regard. That's just universal.
Shut up.
We communicate our feelings. We communicate. We think that after
you don't have to communicate all the time.
We think that after a conversation has been had, that something has changed because we talked about it. Whereas men are action. They don't have to talk about it. Nothing's actually happened until something's been done.
Exactly.
We're just fundamentally different. Now, why those women nag is because they think communication is happening.
That's gay, dude.
That's gay. It's real retarded, but that's just I don't know.
That's my dude. I'm gonna watch Boondocks tonight.
I'm gonna watch all the seasons available. I would think it's on Hulu. Is it on Hulu?
I don't know.
It has to be somewhere.
I have downloaded seasons on my.
It's
computer.
not on Netflix. Can we say the names of these shows?
What?
Like Boondocks and Hulu.
Why can't we say that?
I don't know. because you know how things you gotta like pay people to do stuff and things in
I like
business.
Boondocks. I can't say that.
I didn't say that. I just say, you know, we didn't name the cruise line that you were on 6 weeks ago, but now we can talk about the Boondocks.
Well, I mean, because I don't want to put them on blast. I don't want nobody to know where I'm going. Okay. I don't mind people know I watched the Boondocks.
That's fair. That's okay. I don't mind people knowing that I'm going to Bora Bora.
That's gay, dude.
Bora Bora it can be as gay as you want it to be. It's going to be
Raleigh, that's gay.
Riley.
Everything's gay.
You know what? When I was younger, I preferred Huey. Now that I'm older,
you like Riley.
I am Riley.
Right, you are Riley. Exactly.
When I was 15, though, I was so pro black and we can't say the N word. And as a community to uplift the financial literacy, Riley. I'm Riley to the.
Yeah, you Riley. We
have to believe that. I'm so sorry.
Riley cussed it all over the place.
I love him because
right.
I'm still Huey deep inside.
I'm gonna get me a Riley t-shirt.
I'm still Huey deep inside, I think.
The Riley on the outside.
Riley all the way. Yeah. All the way.
Okay, and how did we get here? I forget.
We are off the rails.
Actually, was you
a nagger?
I want to say.
You still want to say it? Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle Ruckus, right. I still want to say
I'm not a nagger. I value communication very highly, very high regard. I'm a woman. I could think things.
Do you know
happen.
a nagger? You have a girlfriend that's a nagger?
I have a girlfriend that's a nagger on vacation, but not in like a. Oh, you mean like a? Well, yes.
Once a nagger.
Once a nagger, always listen. Listen. There ain't no going back from that.
Right.
I have one person.
She married?
She's gonna be married to this man.
No.
Right, which is sometimes I'm listening to.
How long they been together?
Officially 16 years. She's known this guy since
she's
she was
nagged him
12.
for 16 years and he's still going to marry her?
Listen, I don't think that she nags to him at all.
Oh.
She'll stand up for herself sometimes, but you can tell he's the one who has the control in the relationship. And she doesn't. So who does she?
So she nags at you, the girlfriend.
She nags to her girlfriends.
That's
and
funny.
I'm just, is it? Because I'm not
Homeboy
having
got it on lock. You ain't bringing that nagging here.
I'm not having a laugh. Like,
right.
it's
You
sometimes
ain't bringing
I'm just
that
like,
nagging here.
Are you sure?
Go ahead and nag at your girlfriend.
Not that I don't want to listen to your problems. I know that women vent to one another. And we open up and blah, 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 da, da, da. At some point, love, if you're not going to tell him what he's doing wrong, he's not going to change. And I still have to listen to it. So can we fix this? What do you need me to do? Because this is not healthy.
So why have they been together for 16 years and not gotten married?
Well, they were. She was 12 when they got together when she was 16. He was like 17 or 18 or something like that.
And they've been together all this time.
Like official relationship, not like engaged or anything.
Right.
But
so they've been dating since they're teenagers, and
now he's 38. Yeah,
and they're going to get married.
And they're going to get married.
And he got on lock, and she can't nag. He make her come nag
that
y'all.
You're saying that, I don't want to he has it on lock. Like, what does that even mean?
I mean, he got it under control that she know she can't bring in no nagging here.
Ain't no control. Put your pointer finger down. Talking about he ain't going.
Well, you said it. He was controlling it.
He has control over that, but she's also not as vocal as she should be.
But she's apparently very vocal with you. With the girlfriends.
With the girlfriends now that she's getting married. Now I was friends with him.
And you know what, guy,
I was friends with him before.
What's his name?
Who?
The guy.
Well, I'm not gonna say his name.
Give me a name. I want to reference him.
Oh my God, no.
All right, just fake name.
Okay.
He's Riley. We call him Riley.
We're calling him Riley.
All right, Riley, trust me. When you get married, she will then become the nagger.
I don't see it.
She's saving it up.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Riley can be like, that's gay, dude.
Riley can be like, where's this coming from? 16 years has been the same. Now all of a sudden you're switching it up.
And that's what Huey would say. Nah. Huey would intellectualize that.
You know what it is? I was friends with Riley way before I was friends with Riley's
is this
future.
An extension from the previous episode?
No, but this is the same group of friends. These are not the same two people. This is just the same group of friends. So
I don't know. Well,
in reality, like, she has only just started to open up with kind of complaining because she didn't know if I was one of those kind of snakes kind of people who would be like, if I complain to you about my man, you're going to go and tell him because that's your friend first. So it was one of those things you get to open and to have a relationship and trust people. If I was a terrible human being, then I would just be going behind her back. And yeah, you don't know those people until it's too late.
Yeah.
Anyway, Riley, I'm not saying that your girlfriend has a lot of complaints about you, your fiance. has a lot of complaints about you, but I'm tired of being the sounding board. So you're going to have to just start doing the laundry.
That's your problem. It ain't
You're
his.
going to have to start doing the laundry a little bit differently. Or
Apparently
use some
not, 'cause
starch,
she ain't
or
gonna
use
say
less
nothing.
starch or something. God damn it. Sorry.
Apparently not.
No,
But no, it is, though, because the
There's
second
no
they
point-
get married, she's going to turn into that woman.
I really don't think so. How does your personality be the same for 20 years and all of a sudden you get a ring?
Because you are not married, you don't understand this. The second the ring goes on,
the
woman changes.
Your wife is completely different now than she
I'm not
was
going to say
18
she's
years
completely
ago.
different. I'm not going to say this. Your friend's going to be completely different.
How does that?
But the second you say I do, something changes. And I don't know how or why or what, but it does.
Was it a lot that changed? She's basically the same person you married, right?
I'm not saying it's good or bad or indifferent. It's just something that happens.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, you've never been married, so your opinion does
I've
not
never been
count.
married. I can have an opinion on something I've never experienced before. I have an opinion on heroin. I'm never going to try it. I just know it looks awesome and it's terrible for
I was
you.
watching the show last night.
You have watched a lot of stuff last night that we're talking about right now.
But I did. So I watched the show last night.
After Dr. Phil.
And no, the Dr. Phil thing was that wasn't last night.
Okay.
But I was watching the show that I've referenced before last night, and the couples were having a reunion show.
Mm-hmm.
And they were arguing, and one of the couples was criticizing another couple who had been married a long time, and they only been married a year. So the other guy was like, well, you can't give me no advice. You only been married a year. Shut up. I've been married 15 years. You ain't nothing you can tell me about being married. So
listen, in that regard, I'm always going to step back. Even if I have a difference of opinion.
Of course, you're gonna have a difference of opinion.
It's my opinion, and it doesn't matter, and no one who's married for 15 years cares about it or has to listen to it.
Exactly.
But I've been in relationships before. I'm not saying I've ever been married or been married for 20 years.
All of 16 months.
It was
18
at
months.
least, it was like 2 years almost.
Okay. 20 months.
It depends.
There we
With
go.
time, people change. I think guys get more possessive as soon as they get exclusive with a woman.
Maybe.
That's a slight change.
I would not argue that. I'm
It's
not
a
saying
slight
it's right.
change.
I'm not saying they do it or don't, but
Yeah,
I
right,
would not
wrong,
argue
or
that.
indifferent.
I would not argue
I'm
that.
very open to the fact that when I become someone's wife, I might change the second the ring gets slipped on.
Does.
But in what way?
You know what? That's an
You
interesting topic. Like, let's change this episode into that. That's a very good topic. I don't know how to articulate it or express it, and probably most people can't. But any person who's been married will tell you, I don't know how or what, but the second we got married, something changed. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. I know.
I don't know what to say.
I can't articulate any better than that. It's just, and I guess you won't know it until you get married.
But will I know that I'm the thing that changed?
Yes. Well, you might not know what changed, but something changed.
So what I'm saying is, would I be the one to change because I'm the woman, or he would be the one to change?
I would argue the woman. And I think
Of
most
course
women
you
will
would
argue too.
the woman.
No. But I'm saying that most women would cop to that. I do.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think that
I'm not saying men don't change.
men? Yeah,
Something
but
about the relationship
I agree
changes,
that
but I
men-
would
men
agree.
change less. Actually,
I would, like women. I think most women would cop to the fact, I changed after getting married. I think they would cop to that. Rulers, female rulers, email us, let us know.
What's the email address, Anthony?
The show at the9010rule.com.
The 9010.
The 9010 that you can't get correct in the beginning of the show.
I did once. That was so many episodes ago when I messed that up like one time.
No, we did like 4
You're not going to
episodes
let
where
that
you messed
go?
that up.
You're not going to let that go?
That's gay, dude.
That's gay. That's gay, dude.
Right. You do a good Riley.
Thanks. I do voiceover. You should
That's
know
right.
that
I
from
should
my
know that.
resume.
Right. I should.
I do like little 8-year-old boys and like 80-year-old Jewish men.
Really?
Yes.
You're like Eddie Murphy from Coming to America.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So who's your favorite character in the Boondocks?
Overall, I think it's because I didn't have one. Both of them had passed away, but I would really have liked to have a granddad. And my granddad, who my dad's side passed away in 86. I was born in 89. He was born December 8th, and I love Sagittarians. And I think that our familiar relationship would have been super cool if he had just stayed alive a little bit longer.
And that's your mother's or your father's?
My father's. It was my Cuban grandfather would have been so dope, I think. So I think our granddad will be my favorite character because it's the only thing. I've experienced Rileys. I've dated Rileys. I used to be a Huey. I've dated Hueys. I think I would want a granddad.
One of my new favorite shows, and I don't watch TV 24-hour days.
Yes, you do. It sounds like it because every 8 sentences you go. So I was watching TV.
But last night I was watching the show.
Of course you were.
The new, it's a remake, but it's a black cast now. I forget what it's called.
They do that I don't really like.
But this show's a really good show, and I don't know if it's getting ratings or whatever. But it's
The Wonder Years.
Yep,
The Wonder
that's what it is.
Years. Thank you, Will.
Excellent show. Oh my God, it's excellent. Homey, it's family entertainment. And last night, the guy he was going to go to the mall.
The little boy?
Yeah,
Okay.
hang out with his friends to talk to the girls. And they get to the mall, and they don't know how to talk to the girls.
Of course, because they're like 8.
So, but his sister was driving him and his friends and their grandfather. His father just took the keys from the grandfather because he's getting old and getting in an accident.
Old.
Right. So he didn't want to be seen with his grandfather, of course, at the mall. But then there was a scene where they wanted to go to the movies. And they wanted to go see a rated R movie.
And Granddad was like,
Granddad, I got the cash. I want to go.
I got the cash and the ID.
And I did, exactly. So he took him to see this rated R. It was so cool. And at the end, he was like, oh, my granddad is like rocking.
Dope,
like, it's
right?
dope. It's dope.
I would really
I love hanging out with granddad. Right. Yeah. So it was good. But that show, oh my God, it's a great show.
But you know what it is? I think I'm a little bit biased, and I'm super duper black, and I get all that. But I just don't think that every single show needs to be represented by a black cast just for the sake of it. Like the one, like Fred Savage and the one, like I love that show.
That was a good show, and I'm surprised that this is doing such a good job because that was like an iconic show. It was a great show.
It's a great show, but I haven't watched the new Wonder Years, and I love Don Cheadle. He's one of my favorite actors in the world. I love Don Cheadle, but I know that it's going to be a different kind of show because because black people are different people. We're not a monolith, but we're just different.
It really is. It's authentic. It really is
really
a good
well
show.
done.
It's very well done. It's very well.
That's
done.
awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad it's done.
And I was surprised because I like the
I
original
love
Wonder Years too.
That's like them saying, "Oh, we're going to do a black that '70s show." Like who needs that?
Yeah, no,
we don't need that. We don't. Who's asking for this?
No. All right, since we're all over the place here, I'm going to ask you questions. We're talking about stupid stuff like shows. Why is every commercial with a biracial couple now?
Because just like after Obama got elected the first time, now all the car commercials had black people who were not the dopey one next door. I don't know if you noticed about 2008, 2009, as soon as Obama got elected, all of like the villains, not villains, but like the ones who didn't have a Nissan or the ones who didn't buy a Lexus or the ones who didn't go to Home Depot were the black characters, and the white character, Bob, saved the day. Now after that, it was the white guy who was the neighbor who was like, oh, I should have saved an extra 15% or more on my car insurance. And the black guy was like, yeah, Bob, you gotta go Geico. Whatever the thing is. Mm-hmm. Now everybody's biracial.
Yeah,
now everybody's mixed.
Right. Like every commercial.
And there's a lot of commercials where it's like, now we got same-sex this, or now we got... And representation
There's either gay or mixed couples. That's all it's it.
Representation will always matter. Rulers, please don't get like indignant about this and email nasty things. I'm bisexual. I'm biracial. I'm a black woman. Like, I know what it is to be in the wrong body, born in this country. I am a Nagger when it comes to certain things, like when it comes to demographics and representation. But we all don't need to just flood the market with it now, and that's the apology for racism or sexism or that's not an apology. Like, let me have some more funding for my business, and then we'll talk about having it be equal.
All right. All those stereotypes or whatever you call it, they are minorities. So if you're trying to sell a product and you're not of that minority.
Yeah, and you're the majority.
You don't want to see that.
White guilt. No, white guilt. There's a lot of white guilt happening. So they're just like, oh my gosh, they got their biracial commercial. Look at that. It's a lovely couple. This is why I like this is why I like Nissan. Like I don't think that there's because I don't see white people. The standard has always been that they know that they belong. You know what I mean? I always had a problem fitting in and belonging. That's because of my color or my gender or my race or whatever the case is. So the standard has always been them. So the fact that I'm just getting to be in commercials, that's awesome for me. But that's not taking anything away from them being able to own a Lexus for way longer than my ancestors were.
I'm just saying, are they getting sick of seeing it though? That's my
question. Oh, if they could really say, I would love for them to.
Because I'm sick of seeing it.
I'm sick of seeing it too, because it doesn't make up for it.
Right. I mean,
it's a little bit pandering.
Yeah, that's
not
right.
cute.
That's offensive to me.
It's more offensive that you're trying to pander than to actually have representation. Like, I can see white people in a commercial and not feel crazy about
Exactly.
it. We don't need to not, discriminate. But whatever. Like, if I get a Nissan commercial from doing this podcast, then I drive Nissan. I don't tell you.
That's gay, dude.
That's gay. Nissan's not gay.
All
not
right.
with Geico Insurance. It's
All
not.
right. Riley, take us out.
Hey, rulers, we out.
We out. Until we meet again, please see love in others so others see love in you.
You've been listening to the 90-10 Rule. Visit us online today at the 9010rule.com.